Wake your ass up
or take a damn nap.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have.
It's time.
Sean, you were twerking. That's going to happen.
Murph, don't be a dick all your life.
It's one of the more fun podcasts I've ever done.
Hey, I tell you what, if you're not talking about sports in the man cave, I bet not say you not a fan.
That's it.
Big route in the conversion. They keep it on the ground. Bring it into the middle field. Ball came loose. There was a big hit. Still no signal.
They had to bring the OGs back. They need to be back more often. Texas football. Is it too bold of a statement to say maybe that defensive play against Iowa State, guys, Big Mike and Hardball Hards, do you think maybe I'm overstepping or exaggerating when I said maybe that's one of the big obstacles that program has overcome, just creating turnovers like that in crucial situations?
First of all, let me ask Hards, was that targeting? And
no, not even close.
I didn't think so either.
No.
I think that entire game was something that they probably lose the last 5 years, in all honesty. Yeah. I think the way they overcame some things from Casey Kane to getting knocked down a route and not then running outside where his quarterback tried to lead him. Right. I think play calling was a little suspect in the beginning of the game, right? But again, this year, what are we watching? We're seeing changes. We're seeing adversity. We're seeing adjustments, right, as to what we want to see. So, no, I don't think that was targeting. I think it was great. I think they showed up to the moment. It was a tough game. People sleep on Iowa State. They're like, well, you beat a 3-3 team. No, they got the best defense in the Big 12. Like, this was expected. So I was excited to see see us get to 5-2. When's the last time you can say you were 5-2 and excited about the trajectory of the program, right? So, no, I thought it was a great win. I think Quinn is doing well, and so is that team. And Bijan looked like a man amongst boys.
Man,
yeah, I think that the simple fact of this team was able to get out there and get a victory in a situation where we've all seen Texas not be able to do that. You think I've been trying to tell people to temper their expectations on the fact that this team is growing up right before our very eyes. There's so much positivity that is headed in this program's direction in a very short period of time. I mean, like you said, we're already at 5 wins. We had a total of 5 wins last year. So this is a time to be excited, cautiously optimistic, however you want to look at it. I just think that we're watching a team mature, and Coach Sark talks about this a lot. He's been talking about the maturity level, and he's not talking about age. He's just talking about experience and
the mental.
That's a huge jump from where we were before. And I'll tell you what, man, Mike, you said it a little while ago that this team probably would have lost 5 years in a row in those situations. And now we're looking at a team that had adversity, made the adjustments, made some moves, and didn't crumble. And they knew they had to make a big play, and they made a big play. And that is something that we should all be excited about. But like I said, just temper expectations and enjoy the ride, because we're growing up with this team.
100%. It's what we talk about over on the Horn Report. It's like, this isn't the team of the 2000s. And all these people want to be like, we're back. You're not back. Like, I did a guest spot with Fanatic Perspective and lost it. Finally just told the fan base, like, stop thinking you're the Texas of the 2000s. Right. You're not them. You're not. You haven't been for 10 years. We haven't been for 10 years. I say we because we're the fans. So just sit back. Enjoy the fact that you have Bijan for another 6 games. In fact, that you have Quinn for another year, maybe 2, probably a year, because he's going to leave after, because he's already redshirted. Like, be in the moment and be glad that the trajectory is now going up, and it's not like a roller coaster at Six Flags just trying to, like, nobody knows end. Like, you're blind on it. Just enjoy it. You're not right. You're not back yet, so just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's the natural progression is happening. You got a quarterback. You've got a significant talent and one of the twins and Zero. And by the way, this would not be an OG reunion without our OG sponsor, that being Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency and Austin OG. Insuring Austin for decades in honor of his late father, James Saxton, Heisman Trophy finalist during his time at Texas. But, you know, one of the progressions that I've seen, guys, that I mean, this is just my opinion, but I'm starting to believe Roschon at the midway point of this season is the MVP. I mean, the guy is kind of a throwback, the tough guy taking on pass blocking, and he runs the ball hard. And on special teams with those blocks, he's in there on almost every play.
He's the heart of the program award. That's the award he gets, right? He's the guy that goes down and makes the tackles, the one that pumps it up, that comes in and does that. But like, is he the MVP? Probably not. Let's just be realistic, right? Like, that's going to be Bijan, that's going to be Quinn, that's going to be JT Sanders maybe. But if you want the heart of the team, or puts like I don't know, like the Superman award, right? That wears the Superman on the chest, 100%. That's Roschon Johnson. That kid is so selfless, will do anything for the team, and he's helped setting the culture for the younger guys, and that's what people need to see. It's the younger kids that are watching that, right? So then when that kid, 90% of kids, when Bijan comes in, they transfer out. Now that they get the 1 free year. He didn't transfer out. He stayed, stuck it through. That kid's going to, you know what the other good thing about that, though, which is going to help him in the next level? One, he will play in the NFL. Two, less hits on his body. So as a running back, he's going to get drafted probably in the 4th or 5th, maybe a 6th or 7th round pick, or an undrafted, and he's going to go in and he's going to make a team. Also, speaking about making teams, shout out to Josh Thompson, who just got signed off of the Jacksonville Jaguars squad over to the Tennessee Titans. Selfless plug there for our boy, but yeah, man, like he's a stud. He's gonna make it. You think he plays in the NFL, Mike?
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
But here's the thing that you said about, you know, cultivating the program and being the messenger and getting the younger players to buy in. That's why he is the MVP of the team. You know, you could talk about the Courage Award. You could talk about the War Daddy Award. You could come up with all kinds of things. But as far as the MVP, I'm almost willing to bet that the entire team votes him as the team MVP because of everything that you just stated. I mean,
over Whittington?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they both can get it. They both can get it.
Co-awards.
But I'm saying the way that you described everything about the program and the direction that we're starting to see this program go in, he is the spearhead to it. If you remember 2 weeks ago, he was after the Texas Tech game, they had the players only meeting. He was the one who called the meeting. And he's on the leadership council. And we've seen a difference in the way that these guys have gone about their preparation and the way that they finished the game that we just talked about from last week. So when I look at this team and I look at, Roschon for MVP, I've always been a guy that was in his corner from the very beginning when he switched from quarterback to running back, when there was a dire need for it. And he just went out there and just kept pushing and kept plugging and didn't complain, got bigger, got stronger, got faster, and found a way to stay on the field. So he embodies everything that you want your program to be moving forward. And that's why I believe you're not too far off by thinking he would be a team MVP. Because remember, a lot of these awards internally are voted on by the players.
Right. And that's the thing. Both of you basically alluded to this, that I'm not saying that former players were soft, but as a program, a lot of people in recent history have said that, Texas is either predictable or they get soft in the second half. And that's what Joey McGuire basically said in the second half for Texas Tech. But look where they are right now. Now, I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this. The only negative that I could possibly see going up to as they head to Stillwater is preventing the big plays over the top that plagued the team last year. In particular, not as much, but this is the one play. And for Texas to still win this game, this is the one play that really stood out to me, which means that Texas has some luck on their side.
Wide open. It's room service.
All right, we got a little bit of it. We got a little lag in the system here, but does that concern you guys at all? Because the secondary has been playing better. The pass rush has been a lot better, but that one could have turned that direction of that game from a win to a loss really quick.
Mike, you're muted. You just went down.
Oh, it was great. I had a great one. Somebody say it. If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike. So the whole what if conversation, I stole that off of a dude from TikTok, by the way. That whole what if conversation is so ridiculous to me. So go ahead, Mike. I'm going to cultivate my thoughts and let you go ahead and spew yours, and then I'll answer.
Yeah, I think, obviously you talked about the big plays and getting behind them, but you got to remember too, during that time, there were a bunch of young guys on the field. Mm-hmm. So they weren't dialed in to what was going on. They probably were standing on the sideline saying, oh my God, Hutchinson is killing everybody. I hope I don't get in there.
Right.
Because he's wide open the entire time.
Ron Thompson, shit.
Yeah, but I think that if you move forward, I think the team will be better prepared. I think they will be in a better spot. Ryan Watts is going to be back this game, and
mm-hmm.
The defensive side of it and the secondary are going to know their roles, because Texas hasn't really been getting beat at all. That was just one of those games where it was like, oh my God, this is an NFL. This is a Sunday player.
Dude, he's a first round pick,
and he's a big dude. He had a great catch radius. I mean, he was making catches like crazy. So I just take that as a one-off. I'm not going to look into the numbers and try to dissect why it happened or anything like that. But I just know this, that I believe that this team moving forward this week will have a better game plan. Some of those younger guys got baptized by fire. Mm-hmm. So they got into the game and they got to understand. And now they're going to be spending more time on the field. They're going to be spending more time with the coaching staff. And I don't think that we'll have another blown assignment like that, I hope, moving forward.
Well, here's the deal. Like, blown assignments happen, right? So one that was the one time that it got over the top. Now it was at a,
crucial,
vital, crucial. Vivital, my wife just corrected me. Vivital, sorry. I got my speech coach over here with me.
Looking out for you.
Yeah. Pivotal. That's what the word. There it is. Vivital.
Keep going, though.
I was testing you guys.
No, we were just going to let you keep going.
Together.
Whatever adjective you use is fine.
Pivotal moment in the game. I didn't graduate from college, you jerks. We now go to SFA, Sean.
Oh,
but back to the Texas podcast we're doing right now. I think that the pivotal point of the game, it just made it look bigger than what it was, right? That was one time. Hard said it best. Your starter they were shut down. Ryan Watts is everything that we thought he was going to be. Mm-hmm. He's turning into the shutdown corner on the side. Jameson's hit or miss a little bit. If anything, I think Thompson had a worse game. Every time they passed the ball, it was Thompson on him. And really, what you need to be worried about, instead of the big plays, can you get off the field on third down? That's the bigger issue you need to worry about all week is how do we get off the field on third and fourth down? 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9. I mean, hell, he ran it in for a touchdown on 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 11. I mean, that's what you need to be worried about. Can you get on the field? The greater thing about this next weekend, though, or Saturday, the line opened up at -1 for Texas, and now it's -6.5. Vegas knows something. So they're thinking Sanders isn't going to play, or that's what they're hearing. It went from 1 to 3.5 to 6.5. Mike, did you take it at 1 and 3.5? Because I did. Did you?
I missed it. But here's the deal. I talked to we had Sam Mays on the show today, and he said that Spencer Sanders is going to play. He hadn't seen anything that led him to believe that he's not going to play. I just think that you're right. Vegas does know something because all the money went in early. And I think the reason why all the money went in early, it had zero to do with Spencer Sanders playing or not playing. It was the simple fact that they went in early at a 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then 3.5. You're like,
because of the 1, I was thinking the reason why the number was a 1, and I wish I would have saw it then. But when you think about it, you sit there and you say, this is a team at one point that was number 6 in the polls. They lost in a double overtime game. I think that played more into it. And Texas, they didn't play great against Iowa State, but they found a way to win. And I think that people are saying Iowa State, obviously, you talked about it. That's the best defense in the Big 12, especially run defense. Bijan went off. Quinn Ewers hadn't seen that 3-high safety look, and it was tough for him to read that. And he kept missing a little bit earlier. So I think he's going to be sharper this week. And that's why I think that line had to change, because they were like, wait a minute. Texas is a lot better than what we're used to seeing.
well, yeah, you just said it. I mean, Oklahoma State doesn't run a 3-high.
Yeah,
So
they
like,
do. Yeah, they do.
they do.
Yeah.
They're running the 3-high now.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Jim Knowles.
It's still Jim Knowles' defense. It's still the Jim Knowles defense.
And Coach Mason took over.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
Incorrect.
So to wrap up that big play over the top, which is minimized this year, that receiver taught all young receivers one lesson: do not leave your feet to try to get a ball unless you have to. He
Bro,
left.
I think
he had to.
I think he cramped up during half of that.
I don't know,
he was
man.
like, "Oh my gosh, I'm open. Oh, my legs." I just
Well,
think
he had to reach out for it. That was the whole problem. So when he reached out for it, he went for it. He was trying to cradle it in. So, I mean, props to the kid, though. I mean, like that's one big play that we're all talking about. But I know that all three of us, if you were to put us out there, we're not catching that ball 10 out of 10 times.
No.
So
I'm catching that ball, dog. I don't know what
you ain't catching that ball. So get your ass back on the bench, bro. He's going to overthrow you by 30 yards.
I promise you, bro.
You talking about your heyday or now? You talking about now? You ain't catching that ball.
I
bro.
catch any pass, bro.
Bitch, shut
You have no idea.
Bro, sit down.
I don't even know why I'm entertaining this conversation.
Sit down.
Sit
right down here next to me, Mike, on the couch. What are you, a Miller Lite guy?
I have a 14-year-old son.
Have an all-stat. Have an all-stat with me, Mike. There's a see. I listen to you. We talk. I listen.
Hey, one thing, everybody knows Gundy all too well, and one thing that is still going on, dating back to my days when I went to all those press conferences, when he talks about the opposing team that they played that week, he's talking about the team as if he's doing film work. He never calls the team players on the other team by their names. And so I chopped this up. I thought it'd be entertaining for you guys. He's talking about the Texas offense.
Five's a good player. The other back they put in there is a good player. The quarterback obviously flips it around pretty good. 8 is dynamic. 8 is a threat wherever he is, whenever. 0 is a unique player for him. He's a good player. The left tackle they had, the one that we had committed here for a long time, he's going to be for good news. He won't be about 3 years. He'll be gone. This quarterback throws it around pretty good.
3-0. Talking about the left tackle, the refrigerator, the modern day refrigerator, but he never mentions a kid. He never called Sam Bradford by his name. It was always number 14.
Yeah. I love Gundy, man. I mean, he's an old school dude. He's been in the game for a long time, longest tenured Big 12 coach. Just really one of those guys that if he's on your team, you love him. But if he's on the opposing team, you just want to punch him in the face. But I just like the way he goes about his business, and he's always in the mix. His teams are always near the top. They win, and he's got a quarterback in Spencer Sanders who I hope is going to be able to play. And,
no, why would you hope that? No,
because I want him.
No, I want a W.
We want to send him out.
No.
So, and the other backup quarterback is Gundy's son, Gunner.
Yeah,
put him in.
Yeah,
I hope we see old Gunner.
I like what Gundy has done there at Oklahoma State, and I still believe that he thinks he has a puncher's chance, and that's the beautiful part about it. They don't have the skill players that they once had. They've got a lot of things that they've adjusted. But let's not forget, man, they were right there for the Big 12 championship last year, and they came out of the box cooking.
Yeah,
they've been doing a good job, and they lost that game in the double overtime to TCU. So I believe that they're going to be ready to play. They're at home. The paddles are going to be out. It's going to be crazy up there as always, and Texas is going to have to go in there for a fight.
I think one. As much as you want to send Spencer off the right way, absolutely not. Like, if you're hurt, man, rest up.
Off the right way. I'm talking about knock his ass out.
Nah, man, we don't want to hurt somebody. Just rest up. Just rest up. Just don't force it. Just get well. Put on the jersey. Be their sports team. Put in old Gunner. Let's see what old GG can do. Right. I think that. For me, with Oklahoma State, they're always going to be a top 25 team. Those Oklahoma States, those Baylors, the SMUs, the TCUs, like they're just it's like a tier down, right? And so like if you win 8, 9, 10 games a year, you're golden there. You're absolutely golden. The expectation is not, oh, we're going to make it to the college football playoff every year, right? That's not there. You can, the fan base might want it, but if it doesn't happen, they're not chopping heads like they are at Texas or Bama or USC. That's just the reality of the situation. So I think he's pretty smart in the fact that he's never left, right? He went to school there, didn't he? Didn't he play quarterback there? So I mean, like, he's gonna leave there a legend, dude. They're gonna name it'll be Gundy Field or Gundy Stadium. I know Boone Pickens is up there trying to buy everything, but he'll
Boone passed. R.I.P. Boone.
R.I.P. buddy.
His family's still alive, and they'll probably want to buy everything. So R.I.P. to rich people. Just at the end of the day, like I'm happy for who they are. I hope they lose this weekend. And yeah, man, but they're always a hard competition, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a layover game, like. You hope Baylor is going to be or some of them other schools. So that's the other thing too, man. Like people are wanting to annihilate Texas because they're leaving. And I've said this for the past couple of weeks on our show. The screw job is on for Texas. It's real, whether you like it or not, subconsciously or consciously, like whether the refs are hearing things and whatever else, they're hearing how pissed off the rest of the Big 12 is. They know, like deep down, they're like, "Oh, F Texas, right?" So, I mean, I saw somebody put up a stat that said the opposing team has gone back to pass over 500 times, and there's been 2 holding penalties the entire year. So, yeah, research that. Jim Saxton, State Farm Insurance, episode 90, brought to you by them. Research it. Plugs. LastStandHats.com. Go get your retro Southwest Texas gear. Mike, have you seen the Southwest Texas gear we've got on our site? All pre-sale. We're only allowed to sell it till October. Go get you some because it's limited. You can only have it. It's gonna be, and then you gotta wait a whole year to buy it, guys. So go check out the website and then go to Jim Saxton Ford Insurance.
Hey, after you
listen
visit
to the Horn 104.9 from 3 to 7. Ball don't lie.
The ball don't
Mike, you look
lie.
like you lost weight, man. You lost a little weight? You been doing little sit-ups over there, bro? Maybe you just shaved your head. I don't know what's going on.
He looks good. Hey, look at this. After you visit Last Stand Hats, check out this stat. So, OSU.
Oh, man. Texas defeated OSU 2 of the past 3 seasons. Pause. Ask for question. OSU defeated Texas 8 of past 12 seasons.
Yeah.
Pause. Ask question. Texas is 7-2 in Stillwater. Get results. Sean, read it.
No, it's just if you want to go by, listen, the past never indicates or dictates the future, but Texas has done well in Stillwater. Period.
Yep.
7-2.
I like the fact that it's a day game.
2:30 game, way better than like 6:30 at night with them just banging them paddles. You ain't got Joseph Asai doing sacks in overtime. Ooh. I had to watch that game. What was that? 2 years ago at a wedding. Speaking of weddings, my wife would. I'd be remiss. Did I say that one right, babe? Remitted if I didn't announce that our 3-year anniversary is tomorrow.
Happy anniversary, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Put up with you for that long. I'm pretty impressed.
Been together 6 years. We're on the Mike Hards train. We're trying to get to, what are you at, 32, Mike? Didn't you get married when you were like 20?
Yeah, that's about right.
Are you 52 now?
Yeah, that's about right. Same range, bro. Same range.
Hey, I've been divorced. I've been divorced 10 years. Does that count?
Way to go, Sean. Just bringing down marriage.
Hey, this is something that the Big 12 commissioner came out with today.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
So they got to stay in the Big. Texas and OU have got to stay in the Big 12. Now, help me out. I read it as through 2025,
right,
and start the SEC schedule in 2026. That's a long time for Texas and OU to endure all this. Plus, a 14-team Big 12, and there's no divisions.
Love it.
No, there are divisions. There are divisions.
Love it.
There's going to be 2 divisions.
The thing about it, though, with them ended up staying in the Big 12, that was the original statement. They didn't know if they were going to be able to get out and all that great stuff. But would you want to pay that type of money to leave? I wouldn't.
$7 million.
Yeah, I keep all the money I have, make all the improvements you want to have, get all the things you need to do. Let's just stay where you're at, go in there and win, and be able to move around. I'm cool with it.
Okay, first of all, that's completely wrong, in my humble opinion. First,
I was going to say that must be your opinion.
First, and everybody else. First and foremost, you don't think they make more money in the SEC if they pay that $87 million?
That's the thing about it. Who cares? Texas got more money than everybody.
That's what
I'm saying. That's we're acting like they're broke.
What? No, but
Oklahoma's the team that's broke.
Hey,
I still don't understand how that happened.
Because it's Oklahoma. What are you talking about? No, the whole reason is that one, they could leave and get their money back in like a year. So I don't want to hear like, oh, save your money for 3 years. Like that doesn't add up.
Never get your money back, dude. You never
know
that as a business owner.
Yes, you do. You invest to get your money back. That's what you do. Here's an example. That's like doing advertising, boys. You're telling me that if I do advertising with both of you guys and I'm paying you $500 to, like, let's say I pay you $5,000. You guys are like, Mike, give me $5,000. I'm not gonna get my money back. No, that ain't right. It's business, bro. But
so you're talking about return on investment. Is that what you're hitting?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is they get their money back is what we're saying. Because Mike's thing was like save the money. I disagree. But the whole reason they're not leaving is because it's Oklahoma. That's the whole point. Like, Oklahoma can't afford it, so they have to stay. There are going to be 2 divisions, and they said that everybody's going to play at least once over the next 2 years. The other side of that coin, too, is like 2025. You've been telling recruits, like, we're going to play in the SEC. Come here. And you got to think, too, in 2025, the new playoff system happens? Is that right?
That's what they're trying to get to.
That's the proposal.
That's the proposal. I haven't agreed yet.
Because do you guys know what if it does go to the 12 teams? Have you seen what the setup is of how the rounds are going to go?
No.
Round 1 is 5 would play 5 through 12 play, and the higher ranking is a home game first. And then it goes to a bowl game and another bowl game and then the championship, right? That is effing amazing. Could you imagine Texas getting in at the 5 or 6 and hosting a playoff game? Now, how crazy would it be, though, for them to reseed, right, like the NFL does? How are they going to do that? If 12 beats 5, does 12 go play 1? Or do they reseed? Right, we talked about
stay consistent with the season.
You would hope. Watch the NCAA. Our guy Hunter over there on Bet Around the Bush said, watch them do something crazy where then each week like ESPN convinces them to like do a reseeding show, and then all this stuff comes into it, and advertising and the money and this and that. So let's say like 12 beats 5, 11 beats 4, but like 12 is the better team than 11. So then 12 becomes like the 7 seed, and then 11 goes to 8, and they reseed everybody. It'd be insane.
Well, it's like
Absolutely
English Premier
insane.
League too, right?
Yeah, it's like Premier League. Premier League, though, they should do a Premier League in the NCAA. They should have like X amount of teams in Tier 1, X amount of teams in Tier 2, and if you win your league, you get to go into the Champions League. That would be insane. But as far as I'm a little disappointed. I also don't think, and just to be bluntly honest with you, nobody that's going to quit their job is going to tell them that they're quitting their job. So like, if I know I'm leaving, right, I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm leaving in 2 years, or I said I leave in 2025. I've decided I'm going to leave in 2024 for sure. You're not going to say that. What's going to happen is you're just going to be like, peace. Because as long as they get it in before the schedule comes out, because when did the SEC schedule come out? Like 2 weeks ago, right? They just got to beat that because everything's set in stone then.
No, it's bizarre. And that's
how bizarre.
So we got a couple of weeks, guys, but I feel like the buildup for the first CFP poll, there's more anxious energy or excitement for it already because of last weekend was honestly the best weekend so far this season of teams that are either undefeated or matchups of ranked teams. I mean, if you were to list your 4 right now, I think 1 through 5 is pretty consistent, but do we legitimately think TCU is going to stick around? I mean, they still got to play. Texas, Oklahoma State, TCU, all the big boys, Oklahoma State, have all got to play each other, and Baylor's not out of it yet, technically.
Baylor's
but they're not that great.
They're not that good this year. They're not going to make it. I think my question, I don't know if TCU, Sonny Dykes has got them going. They got them balling over there right now, man. I think TCU's probably got the best shot to make the playoff. I think it's going to come down to Texas or Oklahoma State as the other one playing, and then I think the winner, is going to go to the Sugar Bowl unless it's TCU and they're undefeated, and then I think you've got an opportunity to get into the playoff with TCU if they run the table. That's my thing. I don't think. If Texas wins out, and for some reason Tennessee loses, and then Ohio State gets caught by Michigan, and they drop possible or a couple of slip ups. I think Texas, I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be that homer that says Texas is going to make the playoff, but I think out of the teams, it's TCU or Texas that has the best shot. If Texas runs the table just because of how close they played Alabama, I think that comes back. Their 2 games they've lost is by a total of 4 points.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking about? I'm still, and I was on the K-State train before the season started. As long as Deuce stays healthy, I think they've got a chance to win out.
I think they got a good chance to win out. I like Deuce. I like Adrian Martinez. He hadn't thrown an interception from what I understood.
I saw that too.
So you start looking at this team and how they're constructed, how well they play. They got some big-time wide receivers. Just a matter of getting them there. But when you look at the playoff system and how it's set up right now with the top 4, they're pretty, as you said, Sean, they're pretty consistent in the top 5. Those guys are all talented. I really like what Tennessee is doing, believe it or not. I think that they are high-flying team. They got a bunch of talented wide receiver. Their quarterback is now number 2 in the Heisman odds right now. I still think Caleb Williams is going to be in the mix. CJ Stroud is obviously good, but he's actually the favorite right now. But when you look at this playoff situation, and specifically in the Big 12, I'm with you on the TCU deal. It was crazy because everybody didn't think it was going to be this effective with Sonny Dykes and the new coaching staff coming in and being able to change it. But one thing's for sure, Gary Patterson didn't leave that thing bare. Let's say that. There was a lot of talent that was still left at TCU. And the way that they came in and for Sonny Dykes to be the mind that he is offensively, Garrett Riley, the OC, Lincoln Riley's little brother, that team is got some skilled players that will play on Sunday. So it's been fun to watch, but eventually that star is going to pop. It's going to fade a little bit. They're going to run into some hiccups, namely Texas. There'll be some other games too that they'll have to be on their toes because you just talked about K-State, man. They're dangerous. They're a dangerous team, and they can mess up a lot of people's hopes and dreams during this time.
I don't know if either of you have – I'm not going to answer for you, but have been to Manhattan, the Little Apple. But
I have.
At night, that place is pretty special.
Yeah.
It's intimidating.
Well, some people want to smoke, some people don't.
That's right. That's right. Hey, shameless plug since we, Big Mike and Last Stand Hats, there's a bunch of shameless plugs, but you got to give a shout out to Harge and the guys over at the Horn. Stories Inside the Man Cave's now on the list of podcasts, so you can go there.
There you go, buddy.
That's it. You go straight to the YouTube page, which, Big Mike, I got to give you a shout. Switch the emphasis to YouTube, not Facebook.
Some people look at me as a mentor, Sean.
There you
you'd
go.
like me to put you under this little wing right here, just got a little bit extra room.
Is that a short joke?
And we will mentor you. We'll make sure we'll help you grow this page, this podcast. Mike Harge has got some major plugs at the radio station. You can lean on him as well. Hey, maybe you can come to the Mike and Mike Entrepreneur Training Session, and we'll just kind of teach you all the ropes. Also, shout out Austin FC, man, winning their playoff game. World Cup's right around the corner. You got baseball coming in hot. The Yankees just won. That's some crazy stuff. A little maybe inside stuff there. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. Sports. You got basketball about to start up.
Yeah,
man, it's going to be fun at the Mood. Both men and women.
It's like 30 Moody Centers in Austin. Everyone's like, well, let's go to the Moody Center. You're like, which one?
Which one?
Yeah, I'm going to go catch a show at the Moody.
Between here and between Austin and Dallas, there's so many. That family has so much. I think it's the same family, Dallas and Austin.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hot diggity dog. Tell me something good, Sean. Let's end on that. Tell me something
good, man. I'll tell you something good, man. I know this isn't sports related, but got some health issues with an aging parent. Got everything taken care of. I've got some legal advice I love to pass along to each of you guys that not on here, but if you're watching.
Conservatorship. Is this going to be a conservatorship talk? Because I don't know if that's a good thing.
All I know is that there's a lot of people, a lot of things a lot of people don't know or not aware of to protect your property and assets. It doesn't have to be an aging parent. That
100% you're talking about conservatorship.
Yeah.
Do not let anyone in your family sign a conservatorship with anybody.
Do not do it.
Watch a dog. There's documentaries on it. It's nuts.
Britney Spears was not.
Earlier, I got a question for Mike. Earlier, you were like, when you see people you talk to people on the phone, you're like, I wonder what they look like. And then he made the comment. He's like, I just don't imagine Mike. When you look at me, do you think like? I have so many great things to say, but I'm just curious. What is your like imagination? 6'9", like a brick house?
I would no. None of that comes to mind at all. So just FYI on that. When I get on this phone call and I get a chance to see you, I really wish that we didn't have cameras on.
Kind of rude. It's all right. I was going to give you a compliment, but you know what? I see you as.
I really wish I
imagine you as the Black Leslie who used to roll around downtown in a thong.
The Black Leslie.
Black Leslie pushing that shopping cart down 30. R.I.P. Leslie. R.I.P.
Oh my God!
We got to write him in for mayor.
You're a fool. You're a fool.
That's pretty funny.
That is great. That was good.
Well, that's good, man. Good that you did that, Sean. Mike, what's good, bro? Tell me something good.
Just tell me something good. I'm just happy that my kids are good. They've been playing sports. They've been having a good time. DJ is part of National Honor Society. He's doing a great job at school. Jasmine is doing a great job at school, and Lindsay's kicking butt in her business. So I couldn't be happier for the success that the family is going through. My son Mike just turned 30, so I'm a real OG. So pretty excited.
It only goes downhill from here, brother.
No, and that dude's in his prime. He's having a good time. I'll let my man roll. Yeah,
he's at every sporting event in Austin, Texas.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I'm taking pictures with everybody.
I saw you posted a picture for him, and like that dude had hops, bro.
Oh yeah, he was ridiculously bouncy,
jumping out the building.
Bouncy.
Yeah, he was bouncy.
He got some spring in his step.
Yeah. So Mike, tell us something good, man.
Yeah.
Really, man, just the big news with us. Baby boy has had RSV for the last week and a half, so we hope we hope he's fine. It sounds like he's growing like a weed, dude. He's already 36 inches at a year and a half, so he's in the 99+ percentile in height. Very smart kid. We fly into Coleman, Texas on Saturday at 4:00. So I don't know how I'm going to get to. Hopefully, the American Airlines flight has Wi-Fi to close on our house in Coleman, Texas, where then we will be moving the company there. And yeah, man, just we're surviving and living. The business is doing well, and it's always good to jump on here and see Sean, to see you. Let's just be real, to see you. Black Leslie, shut up. Nobody asked you. Somebody put next time we're on here, can you just put Black Leslie? I'm gonna call into the horn. Leslie, Rod.
Hey, Hart, say something. Hey, start talking, Hart.
I can't even deal with this dude anymore, man.
Yes, Black Leslie. Yes, take a picture.
I'm gonna come on here with my thong on. I'm gonna come on here with my thong.
Fucking swirling butt plugs, just.
That
was funny.
Oh man.
Oh my God, boys. Always long overdue. I know I always say that. It's the go-to statement. We gotta do this more often. I'm proud of both of you. And even Coach Mo, he's
proud of you, Sean. Proud of you, Sean, too.
Yeah, same. Proud of you, Sean. Bro, you're at episode 190, my guy. Like when we were there, what was it, like 87? No, I'm serious. You're crushing it. That's awesome, bro. That's nothing to laugh about. Like you stuck with it.
Congratulations, too. You got all these sponsors. You've been doing a good job, man. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing, and tell Stevie Lee and Tess keep up their good work and being a part of that. So keep up.
Hey, thanks for talking the Longhorns with us and not them this week. That was fun.
Oh, they're going to still get their day. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, cool. My bad. I thought we were.
No. Hey,
screw me. Yeah.
You do your show. I'll do mine.
Let's just do our own thing here.
Yeah, exactly. Just everyone gets to get back together and,
Right. That's right. Well, I appreciate y'all jumping on, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you and love you, boys, and even Coach Mo.
Bye-bye.
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.